feels like you want it to feel different, I invite you to modify it to something that feels good in your body. Everything we do, everything you do all the time may bring up a little bit of discomfort, notice that, but if it is actually causing you a physical pain or a physical sensation, I want you to change it. Now, some physical sensations are a beautiful, positive thing that help push you and what have you, but notice, are you skirting your limits? Do you want to run away? Do you want to stay with it? There's no right or wrong answer that I can give you. It is within you, of course, as all most great things are. So just notice that. Notice what comes up. Notice if you can stay. Notice if you want to stay. Because right now in this COVID corona season that we're in, it's really easy to get anxious right away. There is a ton of people dying. That's real life. But you can let it bring you into the sympathetic nervous system, this fight, flight, or freeze, and paralyze you, or you can sit with it. You can breathe through it. You can find different ways to react, to better respond, so that you can find yourself through all of this craziness. So today we have a fun, flowy flow. It will be all anatomically sound, but notice what comes up. Notice if you can have fun with it. If you're treating this like a workout, I invite you to just bring a smile on your face and let it feel a little bit different today. In your child's pose, start to connect to your breath. The inhale is through your nose. The exhale is through your nose. Building up the heat through the breath. Staying with the breath for the entire practice. Start to find more length in your neck. Maybe you tuck your chin in as you walk your forehead closer to your fingertips. Keep drawing your chin up and in, feeling Jalandhara Bandha turning on. The throat chakra is closing just a touch. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Take your right arm, thread the needle underneath your left armpit. Let your gaze go to the left as you reach your right fingertips. You can take the left hand and walk it off to the right, looking underneath your left armpit if that feels good. And then check in with your hips. Has your left hip come way off your heel? Can you sink back down through there? Big breath in. Big twist. Slowly come back to center and simply switch sides. Left hand goes under the right armpit. Walking the right fingertips off to the left if that feels good in your shoulder and your spine. Really driving the right hip back down towards the floor. Big full breath in, feel the lungs. Exhale, look under your armpit, rotate up to the sky. Slowly come back to center, come onto your hands and knees. Start to just play with some cat-cows, play maybe with some hip movement, maybe you like to go side to side with your hips. Everyone I've talked to has been doing much more sitting than they're normally used to, so just exploring your hips. They can look as juicy and flowy as feels good, or you can keep it very traditional in your cat-cows. The option and choices are always yours. If there's any sensations in your neck going on, if you've been on the computer for a little too long, I invite you to just keep your gaze down right between your thumbs. The movement here can come from the low back, from the hips, from the mid back. It's your choice. You can also get the neck involved by looking up at your belly button, looking up towards the sky. You can bring your right shoulder to your right ear as you drag your right hip, your hips off to the right as well. And you can go the other way. And then from here, I want you to play with some circles. So with your hips, come into a cow position. Send your left hip up to your left shoulder. Find more of a cat position in your pelvis as you swing it all the way around, bringing the right hip towards the right shoulder. Find spine back to your cow. Left hip, left shoulder. More of your cat or your tuck under. Right hip, right shoulder. More of your cow position. This is your anterior tilt in your cow. Left hip, left shoulder. Tuck your pelvis under in your cat position. Right hip, right shoulder. And then maybe you pick up the pace here. Noticing your SI joints, noticing the hamstrings, your hips. And then simply come to neutral, check in. Is there new heat, new energy, new warmth? Pulling your belly up and in, start to bring your right hip, to your right shoulder. And then you're just gonna simply switch directions. The movement is the same, but switch your circle. Pulling your belly in, really pushing the floor away here. And then coming back to neutral. Downward facing dog. Push through your hands, bend your knees as much as feels comfortable. Take a big breath up on your toes. On your exhale, sink your heels to the floor. One more like that, really pushing the floor away through your hands. Inhale on your toes. Look between your knees as you sink your chest towards your thighs. Start to drop your heels back down to the floor to a space that feels comfortable for you. On your inhale, pull your belly up and in, wave forward to your high plank. Shift your feet back, walk your hands forward if you need to adjust. This little bit of rounding position is beautiful. Pulling your belly up and in, maybe you shift forward a little more. Notice this in your shoulders. Shift back, downward facing dog. Inhale on your toes. Tiptoe to your hands, ragdoll pose. Bending your knees. Hands can come into your elbow creases as you just softly let everything roll towards the floor. Notice the weight in the heel of your foot or maybe in the toes. Wherever it is, play with something different. The more you rock your weight to your toes, the more you'll feel the hamstrings open up, so notice that. Slowly drop your hands to the floor, roll tall. On your inhale, the arms reach up overhead, gaze goes up to the sky, pull your belly up and in. From your belly, pull in, exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, hands come to your shins, push the floor away. Plant your hands, step back to high plank. Shifting forward, looking forward. Pulling your belly up and in. Slowly lower all the way to the floor. Point your toes, bring your hands out to a big Y. Thumbs are up to the sky. On your inhale, everything reaches up and off the floor. On your exhale, stay. One more breath in, look up, reach up. Exhale all the way down to the mat. Inhale, lift up. Everything lifts up and off the floor. Reach your thumbs up, look up higher, pull your belly in. Kick your feet up higher. Exhale, lower down. Last one here, inhale, lift up. Exhale, stay. Pull your belly in, reach up, reach your hands up higher, look up. Exhale all the way down. Bring your arms out to cactus arms. Palms face the floor. On your inhale, lift your right foot up and across your back. Little bit of a twist. Notice this in your spine. Notice this in your left shoulder. Just as we start to warm up, adding a little bit of a twist. Come onto your belly. Inhale, glue your right elbow down as you lift your left foot up and over. Noticing the spine, your hips, maybe your shoulder. Slowly come back to center. Plant your hands, pull your belly in, toes curl under. On your next inhale, push up, high plank. Hips go back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right foot high. Pinky toe faces the floor. Leaving your leg as straight as possible. Take an inhale up onto your left toes. Lead with your heel as you step it between your hands. You can come up onto your fingertips if that gives you some space. On your exhale, you're simply going to drop the left heel to the floor, pull your right toes to your face. A little bit of a hamstring stretch here as we warm the body up. Shift back onto your left toes as you drop the right toes. Exhale, sit back. Left heel back, right toes up. One more time, drop your right toes, lift the left heel. Drop the left heel, lift the right toes. Drop the right toes, lift your right heel. You can bend into your right knee. We're gonna come in through a standing split. Slowly bring your feet together. Inhale, reach and rise, arms sweep up. Exhale, right back down to the floor. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, step back, high plank. Pull your belly in, shift forward. Take a full breath in. Exhale, slowly lower down to the mat. Arms out, capital letter T. On your inhale, everything lifts up and off the floor. Lift up, reach up. Lift up, reach up, big breath in. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, lift up. Capital letter T, squeeze your shoulder blades together here. Find some more heart opening, big breath in. Exhale, slowly lower down. Last one here. Inhale, lift up, squeeze, shoulder blades, feet lift, head lifts. Pull your belly in, lift one more rib up and off the floor. Slowly lower down. Plant your hands, cobra pose. Find some sort of a back bend. If you're ready for up dog, I welcome you there. Keeping your core engaged, protect your low back, slowly lower back down to the floor. Plant your hands to curl your toes under, belly pulls up and in, maybe it comes off the mat first, then press yourself up, high plank, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left foot high, pinky toe faces the floor. With your left leg as straight as possible, inhale up high on your right toes. With the leg as straight as possible, lead with your heel on your left foot. You can come up onto your tippy fingers, tented fingers of your left and or right. And then just sink the right heel, lift the left toes. Really pushing the floor away, pulling your left hip back if the hips have come out of alignment. Drop the left toes, lift the right heel. Exhale, sit back, left toes lift, right heel drops. Inhale, drop the left toes, lift the right heel. Exhale, shift back. Inhale, drop the left toes, get ready to move. Bend into the left foot if that feels good. Standing splits. Exhale, can you sink a little bit deeper? Slowly bring your feet together. Inhale, reach and rise, arms sweep. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, hands to shins. Plant your hands, step back, high plank. Pull your belly in, shift forward. Maybe you shift all the way up onto your tippy toes. Slowly lower down. Palms face the floor, fingers reach maybe 45 degrees away from your hips. On your inhale, lift up. Reach your fingers towards your heels, lift your heels up higher. Pull your belly in, maybe you look up a little bit more. Slowly lower down. Two more like that. Inhale, lift up. Palms face the floor. Can you reach your heels more? Can you find more of a back bend here? Exhale, slowly lower. Last one here. Inhale, lift up. Notice if you take your feet a little bit wider, can you come up more? Does that cause any stress or strain in your low back? If it does, kick your heels a little closer together. Lift up. One more big breath in. Exhale, slowly lower. If you're ready, upward facing. Plant your hands under your shoulders. Heart pulls through. Thighs lift up and off the mat. From your belly, pull back, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Let it go. One more like that. Big breath in. Exhale, open mouth sigh. Inhale, lift your right foot high. Exhale, with the leg as straight as possible, you can come up onto the right fingertips. Lead your foot between-ish your hands. Shift back into your back heel, lift your front toes. Exhale, shift forward. Sit back, lift the right toes. Shift forward, last one here, shift back, pull the right toes up. Bend a little bit into the right knee as you drop your toes, standing splits. Slowly bring your feet together, stay nice and low, chair pose. Toes can come to touch or their feet can be apart. Exhale, sit your booty low. If it bothers your shoulders or your low back with your arms up, simply bring them to your heart. Pull your belly in. Maybe you can pull your hands back just a little more. Look up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant through your right foot. Kick your left heel up to the sky, back through your standing splits. Then into your right knee, runner's lunge, left toes come to the floor. Inhale pulls you up to crescent. High on your back toes. Can you sink a little bit deeper into your right quad, into your right knee? Pinky fingers spin to the midline, reach your hands up and out of your shoulders. Take a full breath in. On your exhale, active twist to the right, left hand forward, right hand back. Look back to your back hand if that feels good. Pull the right hip down and back to the back of your mat. Full breath in here. On your exhale, left hand up and over, peaceful crescent twist. And then reach with your left hand forward all the way to your mat. Runner's lunge twist, left hand down. Keep pulling your right hip down and back. The down will open the glute med for you. If your hips are tight, this is helpful. Full breath in here. Exhale, right hand down, runner's lunge. Press through your hands round, dome your upper back. Kick your right foot back, three-pointed dog. Slowly bring your feet together. Full breath in. Let this side go. Inhale, left foot high. Pinky toe faces the floor. Come up onto blocks or your fingertips of your left hand, leaving your left leg as straight as possible. Suck your hip into socket. Step it almost, if you can, between your hands. Drop the right heel, lift the left toes. And shift back forward. Left toes drop, right heel lifts. Exhale, sit back. Inhale forward. Last time here, sit back, shift back. Bend through the left knee, right foot up to the sky, standing splits. Can you sink your nose towards your knee just a little more? If you want to play with balance, left hand can come to your left calf. Slowly, slowly start to bend into your left knee just a little bit for the transition here. Right foot meets the left. Again, toes can touch or apart, chair pose. Pull your belly in. Pinky fingers spin to the midline. Sit your booty a little lower. Look down. If you cannot see your toes, shift your hips back more. Big breath in. Look up. Reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift here. Plant your hands. Right foot lifts up to the sky. Bend into your left leg all the way down. Runner's lunge. Right toes gently plant. Pull your left hip back. Press your right hip forward. Squeeze your inner thighs. Pull your belly in. Then lift up to crescent. We ground down to lift up, so notice your feet. Notice your legs, your hips. Full breath in. Reach up. Exhale, pull the left hip back as you find your active twist. Left hand back, right hand forward. Belly pulls in, shoulders away from your ears. One more full breath in. Exhale, peaceful twist. Reach up and over. Slowly, slowly come down. Reach with your right hand. Twisted runner's lunge. Right hand down, left hand up. Pull your left hip back. Pull it down just a little bit too, almost like you can tuck your left hip under. Full breath in. Exhale, twist open just a touch more. Slowly come down, back to your runner's lunge. Press, dome your upper back here. Kick your left foot back, and slowly bring your feet together. 3 breaths here together. Inhale. Let it go. 2 more, breath in. Let it go. Last one, inhale. Stay for your exhale. Right foot lifts, inhale. With as straight as possible, step it through. Just one time, shift back, hamstring stretch, right side. Pull the right toes up. Plant through the right foot, standing splits. Slowly, feet together, chair pose, inhale will pull you up. Exhale, cactus squeeze. Hands come into your heart, push them together, twist to the right. Left elbow outside your right knee. I do not really care if your knees are out of alignment. If they're way far out of alignment, pull the left hip back just a little bit. Look up and over. This is our passive twist, so notice how much twisting you actually have. Really push in with your elbow against your knee as you rotate up to the sky. If you want to open your arms here, I invite you there. Take a breath in. Twist deeper on the exhale. Inhale, bring your hands back to center. Option here, stay in your twist as you kick the left leg back towards your runner's lunge. You want to drop your hands, come through your crescent. We are in runner's lunge. If you are in your twist, stay in your twist. From here, no matter where you are, come find your passive twist or find your active twist, excuse me. So the right hand can come up and we are right in our twist. Full breath in. Twist a little bit bigger as you find your peaceful crescent twist. Left hand pulls down. Plant the left hand. You're gonna straighten the right leg, pick up the left leg, twisted half moon. Big breath in, reach up. Exhale, twist open. Find one more breath. Exhale, hands down, standing splits. Slowly, slowly bend into the right knee. We're coming right back to runner's lunge. Plant through your hands, step back, high plank. Shift forward into your chaturanga or simply meet us in downward facing dog. Your choice here. We will always meet in downward facing. Your choice, how you get there. Inhale, lift your left foot high. With the leg as straight as possible, you can come onto tension fingers on the left side, step it through. Just one time, exhale, sit back, pull the left toes. Shift the weight back into the left foot, standing splits. Lift up. Slowly, slowly, feet together. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, cactus squeeze. Hands come into your heart. Twist to the left. Look up and over your left shoulder. Look down towards your knees. You have all of your options. Stay in your twist. Lift your right foot up. Step it slowly back to your runner's lunge in the twist, crescent twist, or you drop your hands. However you get there doesn't matter. Judgment free, get there, however feels best in your body. If you are ready, left hand up. Peel yourself up for your passive twist. Notice, can you twist even further? Keep pulling the left hip back. Reverse this. Slowly, slowly come all the way down, right hand down. Straighten the left leg, twisted half moon. Keep lifting your right heel up. Keep looking up. Keep trying to open your chest to the sky. Full breath in. Left hand down, standing splits. Kick up higher with the right foot. Slowly, slowly bend your left knee. Back to your runner's lunge. Plant through your hands, round your spine. Step back to high plank. Chaturanga flow, or simply meet us in downward facing dog. The choices are always yours. Inhale, lift your right foot high. Come up onto tented fingers on your right foot, step it through. Just one time, shift back. Pull the right hip back. Bend into the right foot, standing splits. Slowly, left foot meets the right, chair pose pulls you up. Exhale, cactus squeeze. Hands come to your hearts. Twist to the right. Look up and over. Come back to runner's lunge or simply lift the left foot, step it back. Twisted crescent. We will meet here. Inhale, pulls you up. Keep looking back, peaceful. Left hand reaches forward. Twisted half moon. Option to stay here. If you want a little Shiva squat, you're gonna bend the right knee, tap the left knee outside the right, come down low, kick it back to twisted half moon. 2 more times if you want it. Little tap, little squat. Kick it back. Last one, little tap, little squat. Kick it back, kick it up, standing splits. Exhale, sink a little deeper. 1 more breath in. Exhale, fold forward, slowly, slowly, bend the right knee, come back, runner's lunge, left foot is back. Left hand plants. Side plank, option, drop your back knee, left toes off to the left, find your modified side plank, or simply you will stack your feet and find your traditional side plank. Option to stay here. If you want more heart opening, top leg lifts. Step it behind you, open your heart up to the sky, wild thing. I've been throwing a ton of heart opening into our practice intentionally for you guys. So we can share our love, our hearts with the world to heal at the collective level. If you are in your wild thing, slowly come back through your high plank. Everyone in high plank, chaturanga, or simply downward facing. Find your flow. Inhale, lift your left foot high. Come up onto 10s and fingers, left side. Step your foot between your hands. Exhale, shift back. Left toes lift. Bend into the left foot, standing splits. Slowly, slowly, feet together. Chair pose, sit low, arms come up. Cactus squeeze right away, hands come to your heart, twist off to the left. However you want to get there, you can drop your hands from your foot or lift the right leg. Slowly kick it back, twisted crescent. Inhale, left arm high, pardon me. Pull yourself up. Keep pulling your left hip back. Peaceful. Shift forward, right hand reaches. Lift up, reach up, twisted half moon. Hand can be on a block, of course. Playing with the balance. There's not a lot of balance right now in life. Let's play with it on our mat. Bend your left knee if you want a little Shiva squat. Right knee taps behind your left and kick it back up. Little squat if you want it. Kick it back up. Last one here, little squat. Kick it back, left hand down, standing splits, reach your foot up to the sky. Stay for a big breath. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Start to bend into your left knee. Runner's lunge. Right hand plants, left arm up. Your choice, side plank, however you want to get there. If you want wild thing on this side, left foot lifts. Bend your knee, step it behind you, open your heart up to the sky. Lift your left hand high. Slowly come over, high plank. Connect it with a vinyasa or simply meet us in downward facing dog. Inhale on your toes. Exhale, sink your heels to the floor. Inhale, high on your toes. Tiptoe, jump, step, leap to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, reach and rise, arms sweep up. Mountain pose. Exhale, back down to the floor. Walk your feet 2 fist distance apart. Right hand plants between your big toes. Left arm up to the sky. Straighten your left leg, pull your left hip back. Big breath in here. Exhale, twist a little bit more with your hips, pulling the left hip back. Left hand down, switch your hands, right arm up. Pull your right hip back on this side. Big breath in here. Exhale, twist. One more to fill up. Exhale, forward fold. Yogi toe hold with your peace sign fingers. Reach for your big toes. Your palms will face each other. Find your forward fold. Bend your knees as much as feels good. I want you to focus on really opening up through your upper back. So from your upper back, I want you to really use your biceps to pull yourself down as you tuck your chin into your chest. Don't think about squeezing your shoulder blades back towards your bum. I want you to think about dropping your shoulders towards your ears as you pull your elbows in towards your shins. And then really start to tuck your chin in more, fill up in this upper back space. That's where the breath goes. Especially if you've been on the computer more, you've been reading or puzzling, your neck is tight, your upper back is tight. So with your breath, fill up. With your breath, try and relax that area. Sink it, shoulders towards your ears. Shoulder blades also towards your ears. Instead of trying to fight the shoulders down your back, let them fall. One more like that, big breath in. Tuck your chin into your chest, really pull yourself into that forward fold. And slowly let your feet go. Plant your hands. Step back to high plank. Shift down, drop to your knees. Take your feet off to the right. Both feet together, off to the right. They can even be off your mat. From here, you're just gonna play with twisting open. So with the left hand up, reach it up and over. Really think about pulling the right shoulder towards your right hip. And then drop your left hand. Take your feet together off to the left. Right arm up for your twist. Right hand up and over. Slowly hands come down. Bring your feet back to neutral. Curl your toes under. Shift back. I call this active child's pose. So we're just feeling the bottoms of our feet here. If you kick your heels together, this may feel different. With the feet up, with the heels out wide, will feel different. So just play. What do you need? Slowly walk your hands towards your knees. Shift back for toes pose. So your weight, your hips are towards your heels. If this is too intense, grab a block, grab a pillow, place it under your hips on top of your heels. And then from here, we're gonna come into camel. So just lift your hips off your heels, hands come to your low back, toes are curled under if you wanna bring the floor up to you. My intention with you for this camel pose, again, heart openers has really been my theme as we've been doing this donation-based yoga. Open your heart, but with the intention of continuing your breath. So don't ever open up too far and lose your breath. The breath is your connection to your heart. So as you squeeze your elbows together, as you lift your heart up to the sky, start to look back. Where has your breath gone? If you've lost it here, come out just a little bit. As we stay in this pose, can you sink a little bit more deeper? If you want to reach back for your heels, I invite you there so long as you are breathing, connecting to your breath. Notice if your exhales have gotten very shallow, can you lengthen them just by a second or two? Take one more full breath in. Stay for your exhale. Slowly pull yourself up. Chin can come to your chest, hands to your low back. Point your toes. Sit back towards your heels. Noticing your spine. Option to stay in this kneeling position. If you hate this on your knees, just come to a comfortable seat on the floor or on a block, some pillows, blankets, whatever. We're gonna find some more of our spinal twists. So hands can come to your knees, shoulders roll down your back. You don't have much to hold on to, but I invite you to kind of simulate that dragging of your fingers. From here, I want you to just think about making circles with your spine, with your hips. It can be messy, but it's just how we started, just in a kneeling or seated position. So think about moving. Notice how it feels different. Does it feel tighter? Does it feel looser? And whatever this motion feels like, just let it feel good. If it feels super messy, does it still feel good? Sometimes messy isn't a bad thing. And then switch directions. So again, noticing the nooks, the crannies, all the good stuff. Notice any spots of tension or tightness. And when you're ready, come to neutral. Pretend that you have a 100-pound weight in your left hand, reach your knuckles towards the floor. Take your right arm up and over, reach for your left ear. As you pull, if you have neck issues, don't pull. Just actively do it, but if it feels okay, left knuckles towards the floor, start to pull your right ear to your right shoulder, feeling that in your neck, maybe into your shoulder blade. And if it feels okay, almost like you can make as many double chins as you can, start to tuck your chin back and in. So it's almost like you're looking down at a diagonal pattern. And then if it feels okay, start to look up to the left. You can look down, tuck your chin in. You can bring your chin up. Find a spot that feels good. We're gonna take 5 breaths here into this neck opening as you continuously pull your left hand down to the floor. Two more breaths together. Inhale. Exhale, you can shift or stay. Last one here. On your exhale, slowly unwind, come back to neutral. Notice the left side of your neck. Switch sides. Weight is in your right hand. Pull your knuckles to the floor. Your hand, it's really just about the shoulder here. So if your hand is kind of tied up on the floor, that's fine. Again, if you have neck pain, previous history of neck issues, don't pull too hard. Just actively do it with your muscles. If you want a little bit more, left hand can come up and over as you pull your left ear to your left shoulder. If you're sitting and you want a little more, you can take your hands, your right hand underneath your right hip. That might give you a little extra pull. And then again, just play with where your neck is in space. Play with where your gaze is. Can you pull your chin back, make as many double chins as you can as you tuck under and offer this little nutation as a different stretch in your neck. And we have 5 more breaths together, finding a new space that feels good. We're staying right where you are. Three more breaths. Last full breath in. Exhale, slowly unwind. Find just some light neck circles, noticing how you feel. And however you want to get there, come to lie on your back. Hug your knees into your chest, give yourself a big squeeze. You can shift side to side if that feels good. Dead bug. So stack the knees on top of your hips. Pull your toes to your face. Take your hands to the tops of your thighs. Not really to the tops of your knees, really more just the tops of your thighs. I want you to push your low back flat onto the ground. If this is not accessible for you, the main goal is low back flat. If you cannot get your low back flat, drop your heels. Then pull your belly up and up towards your face, in towards your spine, and keep that there. You can then play with just lifting one foot or the other. But if not, lift both your feet. Low back stays flat is our main goal here. Push your hands into your knees and your knees into your hands. The higher you kick your foot, the easier it is. The lower you drop your foot, the harder. If it feels hard here, just stay. If you want a little more, kick the right foot away. Again, the higher you kick, the easier it is. The lower you kick, the more shaking I promise you'll get. Keep pushing your left knee into your hand, your left hand into your knee. Draw your right knee back in. Kick your left foot away. Play with where it is. It may feel different on this left side. If you have scoliosis, I promise you it will feel different. Hug the left knee back in. Kick the right foot long. Inhale, pull it back in. Left foot long. Pull it back in. Right leg. Pull it in. Left leg. Low back stays flat. Pull it in. Right leg kicks. Stay for your breath. Stay for the exhale. Stay for the inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, pull it back in. Left leg goes. Low back flat. Lift the foot up if you need to make it easier. Stay for one more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale, draw it back in. Hug your knees into your chest. Lift your feet up to the sky, heels to the heavens. Pull your feet towards your face, dorsiflexion. Take your hands, drop them to your sides. You can push into your hands as much as you need to. The goal is not to go feet overhead. The goal is to go feet straight up to the sky. Pull your belly in. Plant through your hands, drive the back of your head into the mat as you draw your chin away from your chest. Inhale, lift your feet up and down. You can lift your feet on the exhale. It's a little bit more workout style, your choice. Lift your heels, drop your tush. Lift your heels, drop your tush. We have 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hug your knees into your chest. Grab the outside edges of your feet, happy baby. Noticing your inner thighs here, noticing your low belly, how it's all connected. Drop your feet, bridge pose. Bridge or wheel, your choice. I will speak to bridge first. We will do 3. Walk your feet in so you can just miss the graze. So I find that the graze is a little too close. If you can graze your fingertips to your heels, I want you to walk just away, just a touch. And then pull your belly in, protect your low back. That's all this good core work. And then lift your hips up to the sky, press through your heels. Always lifting your chin away from your chest. You can walk your hands and interlace them underneath, or just simply keep your hands where they are. If you want a little bit more, you can ground your hands down, your palms down, push down to lift up. Stay for your breath in. Slowly come down. Bridge or wheel number 2, inhale, lift up. Pull your belly in, knit your ribs together. Can you lift your hips up higher? Can you drive your heels to the front of your mat? Feel that in your tush and in your hamstrings. Stay for your breath and slowly come down. Wheel pose if you want it. Your fingers will face towards your heels. Squeezing your elbows in towards the midline. Drive through your feet. It's the same as bridge. You're gonna just push up through your hands as well. Shift the weight forward just a touch so your knees come to the front of towards the front of your mat. You can really feel that a little bit more into your quads, your hamstrings, your tush. Wherever you are, keep pushing the floor away. Keep opening your heart up to the sky. Take a big breath in. Stay for your exhale. Last inhale here. Slowly, slowly start to come all the way down. Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet come together. Knees go wide. One hand on your heart. One hand on your belly. Connecting back to your breath. Bridge and wheel are heart openers as well. Notice if they take your breath away. And really start to tune into your breath. Inhale for the count of 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold at the top. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Pause at the bottom. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale 5. Exhale 6. Letting your breath come back to you naturally and gently. Knowing that by lengthening the exhale, you calm your nervous system down. Simply by paying attention to the breath. When you're ready, bring your feet up to the sky. Waterfall pose. You can pull and point your toes if you find your ankles are a little swollen today. Pull and point them more. And let your right leg go long. Keep your left foot exactly where it is. So you can take your hands, interlace them, really feeling the hamstring stretch first. How does this feel different than how we started our practice? And then all you're gonna do is bend your knee, left knee to your left shoulder, so avoid your rib cage. The left heel continues to reach up to the sky, but the knee is now bent. From here, you're just gonna point and pull your toes to and away from your face. So finding this nerve glides or flossing. If you have been sitting more, your hamstrings are probably tighter, your sciatic nerve maybe a little bit more pissed off or inflamed, piriformis a little tighter. So just notice here, how do you feel? If you feel no sensations, that's a good thing. Then you're gonna bend your right knee, find a reclined pigeon. So figure 4 stretch, the left ankle comes to the top of your right knee, and pull your right knee in towards your face as you push the left knee away. Keeping the alignment of your right ankle to your right knee will just help intensify the stretch on your left hip. My intention for you here is to feel the opening on the outside of your left hip, your outer glutes. Keeping your legs how they are, release your hands. Let your lower body fall to the left first. So it's a little bit opposite of what we normally do. You can keep the right foot lifted, or just let it find the floor wherever it naturally falls to. You need to kind of come on to tippy toes to feel that. And then bring your gaze off to the left. To the right. You can start to think about dropping your right knee to the floor, feeling that stretch in the inside of your right hip. That feels good. And then keeping the legs, lift them back up through center, let them fall to the right. So more of a traditional supine twist. If this is too intense, you can straighten your bottom leg, you can bring your knees side by side, or you can stay in almost like this eagle-bound legs. That feels good in your back and in your hips. And if you want a little more, take your left hand, to the crease of your left hip. You're gonna push your hip towards the front of your mat. So almost like you can just reach for your thigh and push your hip down. If this causes a pinching sensation, you've gone too far. If you feel an opening in your SI joints and your glutes, maybe your low back, it feels good, stay. And slowly release. Bring your legs back up through waterfall. We're gonna let the left leg go long. And again, just noticing the hamstring stretch on the right side. So pulling your toes to your face, leaving the leg as straight as feels comfortable. And simply bend into the right knee. So right knee, right shoulder. So to extend the right foot up to the sky, the heel lifts. Knee stays bent as you point and pull your right toes to and from your face. Noticing the difference left versus right, which side feels tighter. And again, if you don't feel too much here, that's not a bad thing. And then bend into your left knee, reclined pigeon, right side. Again, keeping the stack of your left ankle in line with your left knee, pulling both toes up towards your shins will keep the activation here, helping you feel a little more sensation in the outside of your right hip. Release your hands, keep your legs bound. Let your lower body fall off to the right. Either bringing the left tippy toes to the floor or dragging your left knee down to the floor. Notice the differences and then you felt it on the right side. Coming back up and through center, let the lower body fall to the left as your gaze goes to the right. You can straighten the bottom leg or just bring your knees side by side if it's too intense in your hips or in your back. And slowly come back through center. Give yourself a big hug. Hugging your knees into your chest, your head up to your knees. You can wiggle side to side. You can wiggle north and south, whatever feels good. Take a full big breath in here. On your exhale, surrender to your mat. Let your legs go long. Palms up to receive. Palms down to ground down. You take what you need always. Wherever you are, simply soften into the mat, melt into the mat. With every inhale, feel as you fill up from your toes to the top of your head, fill up with air. Checking in with the physical body, where are you holding tension? Shavasana. Start to wiggle your fingers, your toes. Lengthening your inhales and your exhales. When you're ready, simply bend your knees, come to lie on your right side. When you're ready, push yourself up to a comfortable seat. Your hands at your heart and your eyes to close. Take a big breath in together. Open mouth, sigh it out. With so much love, grace, and gratitude, the light, the love, the teacher in me sees, honors, and loves the light, the love, and the teacher in you. Together we bow. Namaste.